What's good, guys? Your boy, Mister Old Skool Ryder, come back at you one more again, your most handsomest host ever in history. I have a special young lady on the line right now. She's a VIP companion, also whatever you want to be. I have Miss Captivating Cory. What is going on, Miss Lady?
Good evening. The cat's got your tongue.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was trying to drink something and it just went totally wrong, but yeah. How you doing today, Miss Lady?
I am well, thank you. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. We finally got to do this show finally.
Yeah.
You've been a very busy person. We pretty much going to answer a couple questions here and there, try to keep it semi-clean, but you know, sometimes on these shows, it gets a little wild. You know, you have to excuse me, guys. So what we're going to do today, tell us about yourself, Cory.
Well, you got me right there, huh? As Old Skool Ryder introduced me as a young lady, I'm a 62-year-old nationally recognized companion provider, and I am here to tell you a little bit about me and what I do and how I got here, and just chilling for tonight.
Oh, yeah, we do appreciate you coming through here. So we're going to ask a couple of questions here. All right, here we go. How did you get the name Captivating Cory? How did that name come about?
It's kind of an interesting story. It's like anything when you're going to pick a baby's name or something like that. You go through a bunch of names until one clicks. And I originally started out as Captivating Kimber. Not too many people know that. But early on in my career, one of my children were on my computer and I had Windows open, and I didn't know at the time, I didn't know anything about computers at the time, but I didn't realize that she could bring up my old history and stuff. So I kind of freaked out and had to change my name pretty quickly. And actually, I came up with Cory because it sounds like my real name, which is Lori. I don't mind sharing that with your audience. But yeah, just kind of a little parallel there. So.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it serves me well because it's a captivating name for a captivating spirit, and it's very catchy. It's at the time I wasn't looking at it as a marketing tool, but it's been a great marketing tool.
Yeah, I was going to ask that question, by the way. That was one of my questions later on, but since we actually bringing that part up, how you go about marketing yourself through social media? How did they work out for you for business-wise?
Yeah, well, we wear many, many, many hats in this line of work. It's definitely a multifaceted type of thing. I kind of fought tooth and nail the whole social media thing because of my age. It's not something that I do in my personal life, and you know, Twitter was hopping around, and at one point, you know, we had no choice but to go down that avenue. I've been very, very blessed with my marketing ability that has seemed to be a natural ability more than anything. My red hair draws a lot of attention. My name draws a lot of attention. My age draws a lot of attention. So I started doing very, very well on Twitter almost immediately. I do have to thank a good friend of mine across the pond, Dave Hard, who saw me and believed in me early on and spread the word out there. So I've been on Twitter now for about 3 years, and I'm up at around 45K followers, and that's pretty good. I've got a nice following.
Oh, yeah, you sure do, but I try to stay off of Twitter. Twitter tends to be a little too wild for me, for my taste, but
yeah.
You know, I try not to spend no more than 5 or 10 minutes on Twitter.
I don't spend much time on any social media. However, in this industry, the go-to is Twitter for people that are looking for, you know, engaging with companions. And I haven't figured Instagram out too well, but I do have an Instagram account, and just most recently an OnlyFans account. So.
Oh, congratulations! You made the jump. Okay. Oh yeah, you can. I let you promote your social medias a little bit later on, but I put some of them on the intro. I don't know if you saw that or not, but
Yeah.
I put some of your stuff on the intro. Give people something to look at while we talking or whatnot. But all right, let's go to captivating Kimber. That must have been like a long time ago, right?
It was. I've been in the business. I started in the business about 10 years ago. And if you want to hear my story, I'll tell you a little bit about it, how I got here and everything. But
Let's go. We
all
got
right,
time.
I'm a mother of three children. Back 10 years ago, all three of them were in college. I was a licensed massage therapist. I always like to preface that I was an ethical therapist. And after 15 years of practicing, my body just broke on me. I had severe tendonitis, arthritis, all the itis was there. And I didn't know what I was going to do. And I eventually, within that year of not knowing how to recreate myself, I met a woman that happened to be in this industry. And it took me about 6 months to get up the courage to ask her about her business. And she took me under her wing, mentored me and trained me and showed me how to be safe. And that's when Captivating Kimber was born. And I was in the business for about a year and a half. And then I left the business for a relationship that was pretty significant. So I left the business for almost 6 years. And I've been back for 4 years now, never thinking I would get back involved in this line of work again. But here I am, touching lives, doing the Lord's work.
Oh yeah, you're doing guys work out here in these streets. I mean, they do appreciate it, you know. Okay, yeah. I had a few other companions on here recently, and I heard about you. I'm like, nah, this can't be. I had another, one of the legendary companions on here from, Air Force Amy. She like in her 50s, and somebody was telling me it was a lady that was older than her. I'm like, nah, they can't be. Normally when people in their 60s, when we get older, our bodies start breaking apart, like you said before. It just depends on how you take care of yourself. I'm like 62-year-old companion. I'm like, I got to see this for myself. And next thing you know, I'm like, okay, you're in pretty good shape.
Thank you.
So I know you was in and out the game for a little while. So how do you take care of yourself to stay youthful at 62?
My father was a dentist and he was a health nut, and I've always kind of followed in his footsteps, where I was a bit of a health nut myself for most of my life. I was also a ballerina for a big part of my life, which was a really good foundation for me, for my tone and my muscles and everything. I still try to eat well. I kind of have been off the wagon for a while here. But I mean, I do want to share with the audience that one of the greatest things that I did for myself, and I think it's really helped contribute to my youthfulness of mind, body, and spirit, is when I hit perimenopause or premenopause or something like that. I went on bioidentical hormones, which is something that I think that every man or woman in their 40s and 50s should get onto. It replaces naturally the hormones that we lose as we get older. So I contribute that to keeping my youthful skin tone and also emotionally, and my libido. It has something, directly to do with my libido. One of the biggest complaints that I hear from men out there is that their significant others just lose interest in the bedroom. And that's something that we shouldn't have to lose interest in. And I think that hormones play a big part in that.
So is it like an injection, or do you inject yourself, or do you go to the doctor and get that?
Well, it comes in 3 modalities. It can be a cream, it can be an injection, or a pellet. And yes, it is something that you've got to do with the doctor. They monitor your blood work, once or twice a year. I get these pellets that are put into the back of my butt, and they're time released, and they last for about 3 months. And they're called bioidentical hormones, and this is a pellet method. And I know many, many men, from outside of this business that are on it, as well as women. And it was a game changer for me.
Oh wow, okay. I guess it's pretty much similar to like men when they get testosterone, like the low T stuff. No, get it
Yeah,
injected, kind of help them out a little bit.
you'll hear more and more about that. And as a woman, I am on testosterone, and it's just been, you know, a great addition to my youthfulness.
Oh wow. Yeah, when I be seeing those commercials for low T or whatnot, also they say they have low T for women, woman T or something like that. I'm like, what the heck is that? You actually kind of explain it to me. It's pretty much the same thing, kind of keep you going, you know?
It does indeed. I recommend it for everybody that starts to be 40, 45 years old.
Wow.
And
I'm gonna have to look. I'm actually gonna have to look that up. That's a good commercial, right? That's commercial for, for the older women out there, or the women that need to do some stuff. Oh man.
and the men, and the men. I mean, if you're a man out there and you're having some difficulties yourself, it's a game changer. So talk to your doctor about it. There's so many doctors now that are adding that to their practices. So you can find multitudes of doctors that are doing hormone replacement therapy with bioidenticals.
Oh wow. Okay. So is that something you've been on for a while?
I have about 12 years, maybe, yeah, maybe longer.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I kind of like this day and age right now. We have like certain technology, like an advancement in medicine. Man, we can pretty much age gracefully down there if we want to.
You
We
can.
can we can we can almost put back the hands of time just a little bit.
I'm proof of that.
Yeah, you 62 years old. I gotta give it to you on that. Since you're a health nut, that you also contributed to eating right. Do you eat? Are you on a plant based diet, or are you doing different type of foods?
Now I'm not on, well, now I actually am on a diet. But I'm not eating a certain lifestyle right now. However, I've gone through a raw food phase, a vegetarian phase. I was way on the side. I mean, when my kids were growing up, I didn't give them dairy. I was way ahead of my time on things like gluten and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Now I've kind of gone over to the other side, and I love my ice cream and my good French pastries and stuff like that.
Oh my goodness.
I
Yeah, don't tell
know.
me you got some Ben and Jerry's in that freezer right now.
Not right now.
Oh man, that is all right. So what other people? What's people's reaction when they find out you're a VIP at your
Well,
age?
that's not a terminology I use to represent myself. If you're asking about being a companion,
Yes.
it's not something that is easily discussed with just anybody. But I'm at the point in my life where at 62 years old, I'm just going to keep as private as possible. But if we're in a situation where it becomes a topic of discussion, I'm too old to keep trying to stay in the closet about that stuff. So I think that being a companion comes with a lot of hardships, as far as isolation is concerned and the secrecy is concerned, and many other things that I don't need to get into right now. But it is what it is for me right now. I don't feel personally that I have a whole lot of choices at 62 years old to reinvent myself again. And I do love many aspects of what I do. I think that I consider myself a healer. I feel that I touch lives deeply and profoundly. We're such a touch deprived society, and that touch deprivation isn't just the physical touch, it's the emotional touch, the intellectual touch. And when I have a client spending time with me, I try to make that time as memorable as possible and an experience that they'll never forget. So I pretty much think that almost everything I've done in my life has been a healing modality. And this is just kind of transcended into work that I've done in the past.
Oh yeah, you pretty much are coming to full circle right now. At 62, that's wow, that's pretty good with all your the experiences and your knowledge and things like that. It just all comes together right now.
A real Renaissance woman.
Real Renaissance woman. Oh yeah, let me pop this back up real quick. Also the type of clients that you see, I guess you pretty much do you get like older clients? Do you get like younger clients that want to see you?
Well, that's the beauty about my age, actually, is there is a fascination with the younger crowd to be with mature women. And so I draw clients from every age range, from 19 and 20 years old to 90 and a half years old is my oldest client, believe it or
Oh, you
not.
said 90 and a half?
90 and a half. And
Oh my goodness.
God bless him. God bless him. He's been a frequent client of mine. His wife passed away a couple years ago, and
Oh,
he's just having a good old time with as many high-end companions as he can get his hands on.
hey, he got to do what he got to do. You know, at that age, hey, I guess all bets are off at his age. You know, if he can still whatever he doing, but he doing it. You know, hey, shout out to him. You know, whoever you are, guy.
Yeah, he is awesome. He really is. I enjoy his company immensely. But yeah, there's a lot of younger men that are real eager to have the experience, and I love working with them. They, they're just so beautiful to work with. They're just so filled with so much anticipation, and it's very exciting.
Man, that is all right. Wow. Yeah, like the Martin Shelley, he was saying you look 42, but yeah, you look way younger than 62 actually. Yeah, that'll get your ladies out there. Hey, listen to some of these pointers in his interview. It might help you out, you know. And also,
So,
do you do any type of weight training or any type of exercise kind of keep you in shape?
well, I haven't really had much of an exercise practice in a number of years. My body, unfortunately, is a little broken in multiple areas. But I'm, I mean, last summer I did a lot of walking, but I'm on a new program right now that's going to put me back into the driver's seat for living a healthier lifestyle all the way around. So we
Oh
got to
wow.
keep moving. Like I said, I was a ballerina and a dancer for many, many years. And what a great thing to do as you get older also is get back on the dance floor and start moving. So,
Yeah. Also, I know you were saying you live a healthy lifestyle. You kind of watch what you put into your body. And pretty much, you didn't really abuse your body with hard stuff, you know, to a certain extent, you know.
this is true. Yeah.
That is good.
I have a funny story for you all. I mentioned that my dad was a dentist. During Halloween, we used to pass out toothbrushes at my house.
Oh my God.
We weren't allowed to have any of that poison.
Yeah, I remember. I went to a few people's houses. They was handing out a toothbrush. I mean, of course, we were so poor and stuff. I appreciated the toothbrush and toothpaste, but I was thinking about it later. I'm like, man, they being cheap. I'm like, he
Yeah.
got those for free or like real cheap. I'm like, man, he could have gave us some Snickers or something. But you know, I appreciate those dentists back then. Like, hey, I appreciate the dental stuff. But as a kid, you kind of get upset a little bit. I'm like, golly, no
Oh,
Snickers,
yeah.
no Milky Ways.
I was embarrassed. I didn't want anybody stopping at our house. So
You turn your light off.
we weren't allowed to eat that stuff growing up. Hand it over.
Oh man, you still got your teeth. That's good.
Well, I hope most 60-year-olds still have their teeth.
You got some people that's 42 who don't have no teeth, or like some people had to get brand new teeth, you know, because they abuse themselves a little bit. But hey, you know it is what it is. Since you do what you do, Cory, how do you prepare for the day? Since you are very organized in your business, how do you start off the day with that?
Well, I actually like to give myself 4 hours before I see a client. There is a lot of preparation and thought involved. But I like to start my day slow and easy and not be rushed and all over the place. So in that 4 hours time, I like to get a meal, get a bath in, shave my legs, um, prep the room. I don't know if you read that I am a certified bondage practitioner. So I try and introduce a little bit of sensation play into every encounter, um, using my milking table, which is a massage table with a hole in the middle of it, built for the
Oh,
comfort of.
I was trying to think what they you just okay. I was just trying to think what they was. Oh wow, that's okay.
So
Oh, it got two holes in it, one for your face and one for. Okay, I got you right.
built for the comfort of a man.
Oh
But
my
I
goodness.
like to I like to introduce new experiences for all my clients. So I do quite a bit of sensation play, which is, hot, cold, soft, fuzzy on the body, doing body work. So I'm still a body worker. And bondage has been an amazing, amazing addition to my practice. And bondage is basically sensation play with um, light restraint and special music piped in that the clients hear through a headset,
Hmm.
and then and they're blindfolded during it, and
Hmm.
then I'm producing soft things and fuzzy and spiky and sharp and hot and cold, and that's awesome. It's awesome. It's it's
Oh
really
man.
it's really great. It's just very, very erotic and very sensual and very titillating, and it's all about the client receiving as opposed to it being a mutual type of thing. So I'm giving the client that experience.
Oh wow. Okay.
About a
Oh,
lot
shout
of
out to Marco. I guess he's saying when you come into Australia, you got to pay. You got to look. You got to keep up on. You got to look online just in case she make an announcement one day.
I've been to Australia. I love it there.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's one of the places I actually want to go to one of these days to Australia.
And New Zealand. You've got to hit New Zealand also because that's the most beautiful country in the world, in my opinion.
They're like next door, right?
Right, right. It's a small little country.
Oh wow. What compared to what?
It's teeny tiny. I mean, I was able to see the whole country in 4 weeks' time. So they've got a North Island and a South Island, and they're little. I don't know what to compare it to.
Oh wow, that is very small. My goodness. All right, let's go. Since we mentioned another country, that means you travel pretty much almost everywhere, right?
I would travel internationally. I haven't had that much opportunity to do international travel in my work. However, I do a lot of traveling throughout the nation. It's called touring. I
Hmm.
think you might have mentioned that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Some of the people I know, they doing some tours. Oh yeah, they I guess they travel all over to provide they services or whatever.
To bring the experiences that I offer to other communities. So
Oh,
I'll be in Washington D.C. next week, and in 2 weeks I'll be in Boston. September I'll be in Cincinnati and Cleveland and Pittsburgh and Detroit. So it's a lot. It's
oh, you
and
pretty much travel to the northeast then, what it sounds like, correct?
I was on the West Coast a couple months ago, so I did Hawaii and all of California.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I have a traveling companion that I travel and work with. Somebody else that's also in the business, and we offer a doubles experience where you get the both of us.
Oh
And
wow. Two for one. I mean two for okay, 2 for 2. Okay.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, you know, there's so much room for diversity in this line of work. People of all shapes and sizes can get into this line of work, but they can also offer, various experiences that are being sought after. So, um, you can be a GFE companion, you can be a dominant companion. Um, I mean, there's so many that I could name, but I don't know if I would go into that right now. But yeah.
Okay. You know what? Actually, I gotta ask. some of the people that's out there, they probably don't know what GF is. Can you tell us about that part for a second? Is that possible?
GFE stands for a girlfriend experience. So if you're looking to have a friend join you for a dinner date and a girlfriend-like experience, some girls specialize in that. It's not very kinky or anything like that. It's pretty just a vanilla sort of encounter. And I think my truest essence is of being a GFE experience, very sensuous and loving and touching. And again, the touching is a heart connection for me. I like to offer the opportunity for my clients or companions, my clients or admirers, that to feel very safe and very comfortable. And it's a connection. It's a pretty big connection for that moment in time.
Oh wow. Okay, a little bit more relaxed environment, just like a girlfriend, pretty much. Then, like a relationship, but it's just a relationship for just for a little bit. Oh man, that is all right. So let's see. All right, this other question that we have here, we pretty much halfway doing the show right now. So what's a crazy? I know since you've been a dumb and everything, I know it gets kind of wild to a certain extent. So what is the this? I always ask this question. It gets kind of crazy, but what is the crazy request that you've been asked to do?
I was always so vanilla myself in my personal life and in my marriage and everything. And I've been introduced to so much through my clients. There's a lot of people out there that have a lot of different fetishes. And I enjoy being able to facilitate the environment so that they can, have their experiences. And from that, I've learned so much. But I think the one that caught me off guard the most, and you guys are going to think this is really weird too, but the one that caught me off guard is a gentleman whose fetish was basically of the woman being in water in her clothes and then being intimate in these wet clothes. So it's a whole fetish of this underwater community. And you can Google it online and you can find things about that. But that was the one that caught me off guard the most. So I could talk about all sorts of things, but I don't know if you really want me to.
I mean, we're gonna be on here for a little bit longer, of course, but we'll make some things happen on here. I know time is valuable and everything right now, so let's go to the wow. That's pretty tight for what I had on the show. That's pretty good, the water stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty tame, but it did throw me off guard. So, just imagine your girlfriend in the pool and you're in the pool with her and she's just sopping wet in her clothes and you're holding her and then you sort of get romantic. But the shoes and everything is on. So, and you've got the typical fetishes of, somebody loving feet, there's definitely a lot of role play that's involved that, gets way out there sometimes. And it was shocking to me 3 years ago, but it's not so shocking to me today.
Oh, wow. That's pretty good stuff right there. Okay, wow. All right. Let's go here right now. This is the part of the show that you promote your social medias and your projects you got coming up. Tell us where we can find you at.
Well, my website is captivatingcory.com. Pretty easy. And you can find me at Twitter at captivatingcory and Instagram at the captivatingcory. If you're into OnlyFans, which I'm just getting started in, I don't do too much with it, but it's the Redhead Vixen.
Okay. Redhead Vixen on OnlyFans, guys. If y'all want to see a little bit more besides this, or you can't get to her, OnlyFans will be the closest thing you can get. until y'all figure it out, of course. All right, Cory, how do you go about separating your career and your current real life relationships right now? How you separate that?
Um, for me, that's been where a lot of the discomfort has come in as far as the business is concerned. I I'm pretty isolated and keep to myself, so I don't engage all that much with people. But when people ask, "What do you do for a living?" I mean, it's hard, but
Just say you're retired. That's all you gotta say. I mean, you
yeah,
62. Say, hey, I'm retired. Just
yeah, but it's not as easy as that. I wish it was. But I was in a very significant romantic relationship with somebody that I met in the business.
hmm.
And that was the reason I left the business for the 6 years that I was gone. And that relationship unfortunately ended because of other people finding out that I was in the business.
Oh,
And
yeah, I know.
there's, there's prices to be paid for the choices we make.
Yeah,
And
yeah, that's actually one of the big complaints on companions and trying to live like a vanilla life, or maybe trying to step away. Some people kind of get into their relationship, kind of ruin everything. I guess it kind of give you guys anxiety sometimes if you want to go ahead and just go back to a regular life.
well, I'm, I have the luxury of being able to say at my age, I really don't care. I really don't give a damn. I really don't at this point. I don't give a bleep about what people think anymore. I spent my
Mm.
whole life worrying about that. Um, do I have some regrets about things? Of course I do. Everybody does. Uh, I don't date right now. That would be a little bit tricky for me because
Mm.
I got involved in a relationship and the relationship starts off in a lie. And unless you can be so forthright with everybody, but that's a hard thing too. I just haven't had the desire to date. I feel like every engagement that I have is a date, and I'm getting ready and all dolled up and like I'm going to a wedding every single time I have an
Oh,
encounter.
really?
So,
Oh, you really get jazzed up. Okay. All right.
of course, of course.
Oh my goodness, that is something else. Yeah, since this is a this particular channel have a variety of things that we talk about. All right, let's change gears here for a second. What is your favorite book that you like to? Do you read on your downtime sometimes?
I don't anymore. I do have a favorite book though. Who was it? The Clan of the Cave Bear series was my favorite series when I was growing up.
What is that one about?
It's three books by a woman by the name of Gina Ewell, and it takes you back into when man first transitioned from ape to man.
Hmm.
And I, yeah, it was a good series of books. I'm sure there's a lot of your guests out there that have heard of it.
Yeah, I'm
But
gonna have to. I'm gonna have to look that up myself and see what's going on with that. Clan of the Cave Bear series. That sounds interesting. That'd be a good movie too if they haven't made it yet.
I think that they have made one. I think they actually did make a movie out of it. So you'll have to look that up.
Yeah, I will have to look that up. And also one of the other topics that we discuss on our channel, we also talk about cars, which is the main focus of our channel. But we just pretty much venture off into other stuff of my interest. So, what was your first car, Cory?
It was a Mazda GLC, a great little car in turquoise blue, and I love that car. And I
What year
love
was that
cars.
GLC?
Oh my God, it must have been back in 70. You see, I'm going way back there, 74.
Oh yeah. Hey, we already put it out there. Wow, GLC.
It was a great little car. I love that car. And I love cars today. I've always been an entrepreneur and I've done various things in my life. I was a scuba instructor before I had children, a PADI open water scuba instructor, but I worked for Toyota as a product specialist. So I was
Hmm.
traveling around the country doing auto shows. So I'm a big car buff too.
So you was the I used to sell Toyotas myself back in the from '99 from like 2007. I was in the business for 8 years. I guess so. You probably one of those ladies that was standing by the not standing by the car. You actually was talking on the microphone, correct? Telling us about the car.
Yeah, product specialists, they called us. Product specialists. Yeah, at the auto shows. So,
Okay, I know it's like different levels to it, but yeah, I've seen most of the time it be some nice looking ladies doing that type of stuff. You know.
yeah, they usually do have the model types there.
Oh yeah, you just can't be just nowadays. Hey, it is what it is. You know. But back then you just couldn't go out there looking any kind of way. You trying to besides selling yourself, you have to sell the company and sell the product. So also, Cory, since you was a Toyota specialist, so what is your favorite product in the Toyota brand back then?
Toyota brand. I don't know. I had a few of them, and then I went to Lexus. So that was more recent. The Lexus GS was my favorite. I love that car. They're not making it anymore.
Oh yeah, oh that's terrible. Yeah, I love that car. It's between the ES and the LS series. The body style is just right.
They got rid of it, and it was rear-wheel drive also, which made it handle really nice.
Oh yeah, they always have great engines and suspension in those pretty cars. So, what is your favorite car that you might have had before, or maybe looking to get later on?
Well, I was in a car accident a year and a half ago, and my Lexus GS was totaled. So
Mm.
I found this sweet little deal on a car in a maker that I've never been in anymore. But I'm in love with the car. I'm obsessed with it because I feel so safe in it. But I'm driving around in an older but brand spanking new Mercedes S550, and
Ooh.
that car is sweet. So,
Mm.
but I have to put in that but there.
Uh oh.
Yesterday I was driving and I hear this shoo, and like two minutes later I get this warning: stop, car is too low. Well, it's got air shock suspensions on it. So here I am now at the end of today, and I was told that getting two new shocks or two new air shocks, I guess it is going to be about $3,000. So just
Well,
like,
fellas out there, whoever, y'all know what to do.
oh my goodness.
You got to the cash out. Her cash out was at the beginning of the show, but what's your cash out, Cory?
I don't know. They'll have to look it up.
I had it earlier, but I think it's health. God,
Healthy,
dog.
Healthy Hobby Industries.
That's it. Healthy hobby. Dollar sign healthy hobby. Y'all know what to do. Make it happen. I know Mercedes gonna put it in the runner, but we gotta get her car back ASAP.
But I bought this car. It's a 2011, and I bought it with 27,000 miles on it.
Oh
And
wow, that's great.
I bought it for under 30, and with what I got for my car, and it's garage kept by Snowbirds, and she is just so sweet. I'm obsessed with her. She's my baby.
Snowbirds, that's funny. Okay. Oh my goodness. So Cory, do you mentor some of the younger folks in the industry, or do you pretty much kind of keep to yourself
Oh
when it
my
comes to
God.
things like that?
Thank you for asking that question. That's a great question. I get asked all the time. People contact me all the time for advice or for help, and you definitely want to be gladly helping other people as they're taking their journey. I had somebody holding my hand as I was getting started, and for that, I'm totally, totally grateful. So I've had lots of opportunities to do lots of things while I've been in this line of work. I think maybe because I'm a well-known companion in this industry, I've had opportunities that have come along. Just a couple weeks ago, I had an artist paint me,
Hmm.
and that was a beautiful experience. So yeah, and I do stay to myself, but when I go into cities, I try and at least meet one or two girls for lunch or for dinner to get to know people. Um, we also have a big event that comes up a couple times a year called Club Curiosity, and that's an opportunity to meet a lot of other people.
I've seen that a couple of times on the internet over the years. I didn't know what that was. I didn't click on it. I'm like, Club Curiosity. Like, what is that? Now you explain it. Okay. Is it held like in certain parts of the country? Is it held like in a particular city or whatnot?
It's offered twice a year in Chicago and New York City. And it's a small event where men, women, and couples can go that might be of the curious minded. And they get to experience several hours of a uh, an event that's facilitated by a number of companions that we put it together. And it's
Oh, like a workshop written in, right? Like a conference.
not exactly.
I was trying to give you some cover, but okay, I got you. Just fill in the blanks, y'all. Y'all know what she's saying. Hey, I'm trying to.
I
My
think I'm as
God.
red as my hair is right now.
Oh yeah, that'll be all right. Hey. Over here we get kind of wild every now and then, but all right. My goodness. So since I know you don't be on social media like that sometimes, but how do you go about filtering out the trolls and the people online? I know you get a lot of emails about how can I say this being a mentor, but you also have people just be trolling, just messing with you sometimes. How you go about filtering those out?
There's a lot of time wasters in the business, and I try and be nice to everybody, and I try and respond to everybody. Not all of my friends are as graceful as that, because there are a bunch of time wasters out there, and also you want to make sure that you stay safe, and there's lots of ways within this industry that we learn how to deal with both of them. As far as the time wasters are concerned, uh, I feel if you don't give them too much to deal with, they go away. If that makes sense to you. Um,
Okay. Yeah, I think on your website, I'd like most companion website. I know they have like a form that you guys have to, kind of like what do you call it? Like a not a background, but
it's a booking form or a
there you go.
screening and verification, and it's something that every reputable companion uses for screening and verification to make sure that she knows who's she's going to be with and that she's going to be safe. So there's, definitely situations out there that haven't been the best for the women, and there's resources for us that allow us to know whether we're through the screening and everything, whether we're going to be with somebody that's going to be respectful and safe and you know play by the rules.
It's actually, that's actually like a good tool to use right now to make sure who you're actually talking to. You got a lot of people want to do harm to certain people or just waste people time. And once the money factor comes up, most of the time they're like, you know what, I'm done. I know sometimes people ask for like a deposit up front. Is that correct?
Yeah, I ask for a deposit up front, and I want real world information on everybody that I'm going to be seeing. Not everybody um, wants to provide that because they're worried about themselves, but they really shouldn't be worried about themselves, because as reputable companions, your screening information is kept safe. It's usually encrypted. But yeah, I ask for deposits from people because there are people out there that'll book an appointment and then not show. And then I'm spending 4 hours getting ready for somebody, and then I could have had another client. So I do ask for that. And I'm pretty strict with my screening protocol, but I'm very, very comfortable knowing that the person that walks through my door is somebody that I'm going to enjoy their company. So,
Oh wow, that'll work. That probably answer like most of the people questions regarding the screening process. You don't screen, it's just not going to happen, guys. Don't even waste time going back and forth. She got stuff to do.
Yeah, if you don't screen, you're not going to be seen. So, but your info is safe with us, and we want to feel safe and comfortable so we can provide you with the best experience possible.
It's pretty
So,
much like anything else. You just want to make sure that's pretty much like a layer of protection at the same time with you
it
doing
is.
that as well.
And it's also it's out of respect for each other that you do that too. I
I
mean,
mean,
you're gonna.
I know. Most of the time, once y'all, get done, I guess y'all, the information end up disappearing anyway. Y'all not going to just let the information just get out like that. It'll just go away.
Yeah.
You got a reputation of yourself. You don't want to compromise your, the other person on the end. Don't worry, guys. The information is safe. Trust
It
me.
is safe. It is safe. And the business is so much more intricate than what people give it credit for. It's so multi-diverse of all the hats I have to wear to run this business. I've never worked so hard in my entire life. And the hard part is not the actual engagement. It's everything else that you have to do to prepare for the engagement.
Oh,
Many
it's pretty
girls
much
have
the preparation. That takes up a little time. Then, right?
well, the screening and the social media and the advertising, and when I go on the road, getting hotels and my advertising, travel arrangements, and screening, responding to all the emails that come in. I try and respond to everybody that contacts me through my social media. Not everybody does do that, but I try and just thank them for being a fan and an admirer. Give them the courtesy of that. So it's a 24/7 job for me. I don't ever take time off. I work hard.
Oh yeah, you work hard for them, man. You're a brand. You're a brand right now. You just can't. I mean, you can take a little time off, but you can't take too much of a big old break. They'll be just knocking on the door like, "Hey, you coming? You coming? Open, open."
When are you coming to our city?
Oh yeah, I'll be seeing on Twitter say, "Oh, you coming to such and such?" I'm like, "Oh my goodness." If y'all want her to come to your area, you gotta. It's a special type of request that you gotta ask for. You gotta talk to her about that, but she'll come to your city, but it ain't gonna be where you think it's gonna be. You gotta pay up. You gotta pay up.
Yeah. And screen.
Most definitely, scream. So we pretty much at the end right now, Cory. So do you have any special thoughts or any type of statements that you need to say before we roll out?
Oh, wow. I wish I had thought about that one. I just hope that everybody's well and happy and that we can go through this life as peaceful as possible and as grateful as possible. We're all on a journey, and that journey, we never know where that journey is going to take us. But I want to thank everybody for being here this evening and for listening and for you allowing me to spend time with you tonight. And I must admit, I was a little scared.
Oh, don't be scared, Cory. All the stuff you done, you can't be scared of me. I'm not gonna bite you.
I wish you would.
Oh, cut it, Cal, cut it out. I'm not. We ain't finna play with you right now, Cory. That's funny. Hey, she take bites, y'all. Don't forget. It's gonna cost you, but she do bite. My goodness, that's hilarious. So, what you have to say for the young ladies out there that want to get into the business willingly or whatnot?
That one I can answer. Is no matter what age you are when you come into the business, two things. One, pay your taxes, and two, save your money. Save your money. Don't be so disillusioned by, making a certain amount of money and being able to spend it on things that you never thought you could spend it on. Save your money, because you don't want to be my age where you have few options, and you want to be my age and have lots and lots of options, and invest and really save your money.
You save your money is gonna save your ass one day when you save your money. That's facts on that. I know everybody want to get the big apartment or the big loft, drive a nice car, but if y'all can just hold off on it just for a little bit, it'll pay off in the long run. When you save your money, saving your money is gonna save you.
It is indeed. And the years go by really, really quickly. Before you know it, you're going to be my age. And you want to plan and prepare.
Man, I swear I was like 26 not too long ago. Fast forward, I'm 41 right now. I'm like, I mean, I did my thing, enjoy my life. I'm like, dang, the time went by real fast.
It goes by fast.
That is crazy.
Go by fast. Yeah.
So one more time, Cory, what are your social medias for the people out there so they can catch it the first time before we go? This is the last part.
Twitter @captivatingcory. Instagram @thecaptivatingcory. My website is www.captivatingcory.com. And other than that, just thank you very much for having me. I hope everybody
we do appreciate you coming by, Cory. We finally made this happen. I'm gonna talk to you for like a few minutes when we get off of here, but thanks for watching the show, everybody. On Hey, Use Your Inside Voice Live with Mister Old Skool Ryder and Captivating Cory.
I like the way you say that.
Oh yeah, and we're over and we out. And don't forget, she have her OnlyFans and everything else. Go ahead and support and hit the cash out for her. She gotta get these shocks on this car. We over and out. Stay right there, Cory.
Okay, take care.
1 second. Don't hang up. Stay right there.
Okay.
1 moment.